Let me ask you something. Have you ever worn an outfit that technically fit, but somehow made you look worse? Not sloppy, not messy, just wrong. You check the mirror. The shirt fits your chest, the pants fit your waist, the sleeves aren't too long. So why do you look shorter, or awkward, or slightly disproportionate? Here's why. Most men think style is about size. It's not. It's about proportion. You can wear a perfectly tailored outfit and still look unbalanced, because clothing doesn't just need to fit your body, it needs to fit your structure. Your torso-to-leg ratio, your shoulder width, your vertical line, even the size of your head. These details control how people perceive you instantly, and perception is everything. If your torso looks too long, you appear shorter. If your legs look too long, you appear lanky. If your jacket cuts your body in the wrong place, you lose presence. And here's the good news. You don't need expensive brands. You don't need a stylist. You don't need to change your body. You just need to understand visual balance. Where should your jacket end? Where should your pants sit? How much shoe should show? How wide should your collar be? These small adjustments completely change how your frame is read. Imagine two identical men. Same height, same weight, same clothes. One understands proportion, the other doesn't. One looks intentional, the other looks average. That's the difference. And once you understand it, you'll never buy clothes the same way again. If you've ever felt like you're almost there with your outfits, this is what you were missing. Let's fix it. Step by step. 1. Start with your proportions, not just your height. If you want to dress better, stop asking one question. How tall am I? Start asking a better one. How am I built? Because height alone doesn't tell the full story. Two men can both be 5'9" and look completely different in the same outfit. Same jeans, same shirt, same shoes. One looks sharp, the other looks slightly awkward. Why? Proportions. There are two main bills most men fall into: long torso, shorter legs, or long legs, shorter torso. And unless you understand which one you are, you're dressing blind. Let's identify yours. Stand straight. Now raise one knee. Notice where your body folds. That fold is your natural waist, not where your jeans sit, not where the brand tells you it is, but where your body actually bends. Put your hand there. If that point is higher on your frame, you likely have longer legs. If it's lower, you likely have a longer torso. This matters because clothing creates visual lines, and those lines divide your body. If you already have a long torso and you wear low-rise jeans, long t-shirts, and long jackets, you're visually pushing your waist down. Your legs shrink, your upper body stretches. You look shorter even if you're not. Instead, you should raise the visual waist. Choose mid to high-rise pants. Keep jackets slightly shorter. Tuck strategically. Avoid overly long tops. Now your legs appear longer. Balance restored. If you have long legs and a shorter torso, do the opposite. Ultra high-rise pants will exaggerate your leg length. Your torso will look compact. So slightly lower the rise. Add length in your jackets. Choose layering to build depth up top. You're redistributing visual weight. This is what stylish men understand instinctively. They don't dress for height, they dress for proportion. The tag size doesn't matter, the ratio does. Master the ratio and everything else becomes easier. 2. Use the 1/3 to 2/3 rule. Let's talk about one of the most powerful visual rules in style, the 1/3 to 2/3 rule. Here's the principle. The human eye prefers imbalance, not chaos, not symmetry, intentional imbalance. If your outfit splits your body 50-50, top half equals bottom half, you often look boxy, flat, like your body stops at your waist. But when you divide your frame into one shorter section and one longer section, roughly 1/3 to 2/3, you instantly look more athletic, more mature, more intentional. Why? Because asymmetry creates movement, and movement creates strength. So, how do you apply it? First, understand your torso length. If you have a shorter torso and longer legs, you don't want to exaggerate your leg length. So, choose mid to low-rise pants. Allow slightly longer tops. Avoid very short jackets. You're extending the upper third so your body doesn't look leg-heavy. If you have a longer torso and shorter legs, you want to visually raise the waist. So, choose mid to high-rise pants. Opt for shorter jackets. Tuck your shirts when appropriate. You're giving your legs more visual dominance. Now let's look at a common mistake. The oversized long t-shirt. It hangs halfway down the thighs. Even on a fit guy, it shortens the legs dramatically. His proportions collapse. Now shorten that shirt. Let it end around mid-fly. Raise the jeans to the natural waist. Same guy, same weight. But now he looks taller, sharper, better built. Because his body is no longer cut in half, it's divided with intention. That's the difference between wearing clothes and designing your silhouette. Remember, avoid 50-50. Aim for 1/3 to 2/3. Balance isn't equal. Balance is strategic. 3. Choose the right pant rise. Let's fix one of the most common proportion mistakes in men's style. Pant rise. Most men focus on waist size and leg opening. Almost nobody considers rise. And that's a mistake, because rise determines where your legs visually begin. If you're shorter, or if you have a longer torso, low-rise pants are working against you. They lower your waistline, they elongate your torso, they shorten your legs. That's the opposite of what you want. Instead, choose mid-rise or mid to high-rise. This raises your visual waist. Your legs begin higher. Your proportions balance out. Tuck in your shirt or wear a jacket that ends slightly higher on the hip. You'll immediately look taller. Now, if you're taller, or if you naturally have long legs, mid-rise is usually ideal. It keeps your proportions neutral. High-rise pants can exaggerate your leg length. You may start to look disproportionate, like your torso is compressed. If you do wear high-rise styles, balance them. Heavier footwear adds visual weight. Slightly longer tops prevent your torso from looking too short. Now let's talk about hems. A clean hem that just touches the shoe creates a long, uninterrupted line. Stacking fabric at the ankle shortens everyone. Too much break equals visual clutter. Too short looks unintentional. For tall men, a slight break or neat cuff can help ground the look. It adds stability to long legs. And here's the simplest upgrade: tailoring. Remove extra fabric, adjust the break, refine the length. For a small cost, you dramatically improve how your entire body reads. Pant rise and hem length are small adjustments, but they control height perception more than almost anything else. Ignore them and your outfit works against you. Master them and your silhouette upgrades instantly. 4. Scale your tops correctly. Let's fix your tops, because this is where most proportion problems begin. Start with the shoulders. Your shoulders are the hanger. If the seam extends past your natural shoulder line, the garment is too big. You look like you're swimming in fabric. If it pulls tight and sits inside the shoulder edge, it's too small. Your head looks bigger. Your upper body looks compressed. The correct fit, the seam should sit exactly at the edge of your shoulder bone. When that's right, everything else becomes easier. Now let's scale the details. Collars and lapels need to match your frame. If you're smaller or shorter, choose modest collars. Choose slimmer lapels. Oversized details overwhelm you. If you're taller or broader, slightly wider collars, broader lapels. Tiny details on a large frame look out of place. Think of it like font size on a billboard. Too small for the space? It looks awkward. Too large for the space? It looks exaggerated. Now length. T-shirts and polos should land around mid-fly. That's the visual sweet spot. Long torso? Too slightly shorter. You're raising your proportions. Long legs? You can afford a bit more length. You're adding balance up top. Jackets are critical. For modern proportions, they should cover the belt and end around mid-fly. Shorter men often benefit from slightly shorter jackets. It gives the illusion of longer legs. Tall men usually look best in traditional jacket lengths. Too short makes you look stretched. Too long makes you look dated. Small details, major impact. Scale your tops correctly and your body looks balanced automatically. Ignore scale, and no amount of expensive clothing will fix it. 5. Manage verticals, patterns, and contrast. Let's talk about visual control, because that's what patterns and contrast really are. They're tools. They tell the eye what to do. Start with vertical elements. Pinstripes, front creases in trousers, open jackets, long scarves, zippers. These all create vertical lines. Vertical lines guide the eye up and down. That creates the illusion of height. If you're shorter, vertical emphasis works in your favor. It stretches your silhouette. It keeps the eye moving. Now look at horizontal elements. Wide stripes, bold color blocking, strong contrast across the chest, heavy belts. These create visual stopping points. They add grounding. If you're tall, this can help balance your proportions. Too many verticals on a tall frame can exaggerate height. Horizontals stabilize it. Now contrast. This is where most men make mistakes. A light top with dark pants creates a sharp division at the waist. That division cuts your body visually. If you're shorter, that cut can shorten you further. If you want to appear taller, reduce contrast. Choose similar tones top and bottom. Dark top, dark pants. Light top, light pants. You create a vertical column. The eye doesn't stop, it flows. For shorter men, this is powerful. For tall men, it can make you look even taller. If that's not your goal, introduce some contrast. Break up the column. Add a belt in a contrasting tone. Layer with a jacket. Use subtle color blocking. Neither high contrast nor low contrast is right or wrong. It depends on your frame and your intention. Here's a quick test. Put your outfit on. Stand in front of the mirror. Squint. Blur the details. What stands out first? That's where the eye is stopping. If it's at your waist, maybe the contrast is too sharp. If it's at your shoes, maybe they're too bright. If it's at your chest, maybe the pattern is overpowering. Adjust accordingly. Patterns and contrast are not decoration, they're direction. Use them deliberately, and your proportions improve instantly. 6. Pick footwear and cuffs intentionally. Let's talk about what's happening at your feet, because footwear changes your proportions more than most men realize. Start with visual weight. Bulky sneakers, heavy boots, thick soles. These add mass at the bottom of your body. If you're tall, this can help. It grounds your height. It prevents your silhouette from looking stretched. If you're shorter, heavy footwear can shorten your leg line. It creates a visual block at the ankle. Instead, choose sleeker shoes, low-profile sneakers, slim dress shoes, loafers that sit close to the foot. And here's a powerful trick. Match the color of your shoes closely to your pants. Dark pants, dark shoes. Light pants, light shoes. This creates a continuous vertical line. The eye doesn't stop at the ankle, so your legs appear longer. Now let's talk socks. Matching socks extend the leg line. They connect the shoe to the trousers seamlessly. High contrast socks, they break that line. If you're shorter, keep socks subtle and close in tone. If you're tall, you can experiment. Contrast socks can break up long legs intentionally. Used strategically, they add personality without harming proportion. Now, cuffs. A small, neat cuff can look sharp. It adds structure and detail. But a large cuff, that's different. Large cuffs visually shorten the leg. They create horizontal weight at the ankle. For very tall men, this can help ground height. For shorter men, it can compress your proportions. So keep cuffs modest if you're not tall. The key takeaway? Shoes, socks, and cuffs control where your legs end visually. And wherever your legs end, that's where your height stops. Choose wisely. 7. Layer with intention. Layering is where proportions become obvious. Once you add a second or third piece, your body is divided into sections, and those sections either work together or fight each other. If you're shorter or if you have a long torso, your goal is simple. Raise your visual waist. Choose cropped or regular length jackets. Avoid long layers that drag your torso downward. Tuck your shirt when appropriate. Showing the waistband slightly creates a higher starting point for your legs. Open overshirts are also helpful. When worn open, they create vertical lines. Those lines guide the eye up and down, making you appear taller. Now, if you're tall or naturally long-legged, your goal shifts. You want grounding. Overshirts, core coats, chunkier knitwear. These add visual weight to your upper half. Heavier textures like denim, wool, or canvas prevent your torso from looking small compared to your legs. Belts can help too. Choose noticeable, not flashy, colors. That subtle horizontal line breaks excessive vertical length. Now, tailoring. Shorter men often look better with slightly higher button placement. It raises the V shape of the jacket and lifts the waist visually. Keep lapels modest. Avoid oversized details. Slightly shorter jacket lengths help extend the leg line. Tall men benefit from deeper V shapes. Lower button placement elongates the torso slightly. Heavier fabrics and traditional jacket lengths add stability. Remember this: layers aren't just extra pieces, they're visual dividers. They tell the eye where to stop, and once you control that stopping point, you control your proportions.
Let's simplify everything we just covered. Here are quick fixes you can apply immediately. First, wear your jeans one rise higher than usual. Most men default to low rise without thinking. Try mid-rise. You'll instantly raise your waist visually and lengthen your legs. Second, hem your trousers properly. They should just touch the top of your shoe. No stacking, no bunching. Extra fabric shortens everyone. Third, look at your shoes. Bulky sneakers can compress your proportions. Try a sleeker pair, especially if you're shorter. Match the shoe tone closely to your pants for a longer leg line. If your torso feels long, half-tuck your shirt. Expose just a bit of waistband. It subtly lifts your proportions. If your head feels large compared to your frame, add structure. A structured jacket, an overshirt, defined shoulders. Build visual width up top. Now, understand this. These are tools, not rigid rules. If you're 5'6" and love cargo pants, wear them. Just hem them cleanly and avoid heavy, chunky footwear. If you're 6'4" and love slim jeans, wear them. Balance with boots. Add heavier layers. The goal isn't restriction. The goal is balance. You control how your frame is read. You control what people notice first. Once you understand proportions, you stop blaming trends. You stop blaming colors. You stop blaming your height. You adjust the structure. Start with pant rise, hem length, jacket length, contrast. One tweak at a time. If you want a personalized suggestion, drop your height and your most frustrating clothing item in the comments. I'll give you one adjustment to test this week. Master proportion, and your wardrobe starts working for you.